Yeah, Shalom Akim. Just got a quick little update on was Jeconiah childless. I was just speaking to Elder Gabar, and we were discussing that word childless in the book of Jeremiah 22 and 30, and the word childless there in the Hebrew is a totally different word from the word barren. And the Spirit jumped on Elder Gabar to look up the word barren, and he like told me about it. And when he told me about it, I was like, we discussed it. He's like, you should just do a little update on it. I was like, yeah, you're right. So this is it, brothers. I just want to show you the difference between the word that is used for childless and the word that's used for barren in the Hebrew. Now this is Genesis 11 and 30. It says, but Sarai was barren; she had no child. Now when you look through here, the word for barren is what? Iquar. Now when you go to the word Iquar, right, it says the word for Iquar in the Hebrew is barren, sterile. It says use barren, use both of the male and female. As to the origin, see the root number 2. Alright, and it gives you other scriptures. So basically the word for barren is Iquar, which is a totally different word that we read in the book of Jeremiah, the 22nd chapter. Excuse me. Now when you go to Jeremiah 22 and 30, it says, thus saith the Lord, write ye this man childless. So when you look up the word childless, the word there is Irayarya, which is a totally different word than the word Iquar. Okay, this is the root word for Iquar, and Irayarya, which is here Irayarya, which means stripped, childless, barren of children. Now that's not what it means. It means stripped. All right. Now the word Irayarya comes from the root word Irar. Now the root word Irar, right? When you look up the root words, you see here it gives you the root word. That's 6209, and you see here that's 6209 Irar in the Hebrew. It says to strip, make bare, strip oneself. To strip oneself, to lay bare, to be utterly stripped, be utterly laid bare, break. Right? It says to make oneself naked, to be naked. It says make thyself naked, to be helpless, void of aid. Alright, and it says to make naked or bare the foundation of a house, an example, to overthrow it from the foundation. And that's what happened. His foundation was overthrown because his children that came under him, Jeconiah, this is I'm speaking about, his children never sat on the throne, so that foundation was broken. The foundation of that succession of kings was broken after Jeconiah. So it says an example, to overthrow it from the foundation, to be made naked, utterly overthrown. And that's what happened. That's the word that's there. That's the actual word for childless, is to be overthrown. Why? Because he never got, his throne was desolate. His throne was barren. Why? Because his children didn't reign on the throne with him. And as I was talking to Elder Gabar, he mentioned this scripture. I was like, oh man, this is a bad scripture. Hosea, the 3rd chapter, and the 4th verse, it says, for the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim. Why? Because Yahweh Shai had to come, and deliver us, because he's the actual king of Israel. But you have earthly kings, beginning with King David on down the line. That's why it says here, it says that for the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim. It says, after shall the children of Israel return, and seek the Lord their power, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. That's talking about right now. We already know who King David is, which is Masha, which we did a video on that on GMS New York. So King David already came. He's in the spirit world right now. So the bottom line is, the scriptures say we will remain many days without a king. Because from the time that Jeconiah fell from the throne and the Lord took him down, his children didn't rule after him as far as sitting on the throne. And the guy that was set up, which is his uncle Zedekiah, King Nebuchadnezzar set him up as a puppet. So this is more understanding on this Jeconiah thing, and we already know through the last lesson that Jeconiah had children but the only problem was that they didn't sit on his throne, you know. So the word that there for childless should have just been desolate, you know, or solitary, you know, when it was translated. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. I hope you brothers learned something. Until the next time.